Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Mike, 57. Right on one. Check.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. He completes it to Nelson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check 4. 29. Go. Switch it.
From the 44, Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's 57. Let's go, D. Hey, dude. 57. Check. 57 to Mike.
Shotgun now for Carr. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First. Make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check three. Get it all. West. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll try the left side. It's Rice. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Raven first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey. Check.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That'll be caught by Rice. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's get out the field, defense.
Derrick Henry. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On first down, Rice. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Got an open man. It's Scott. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Check. Fresno.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Carr now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Hey, wahoo!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
It's going to be a long day. Check 4. Check. Tighten up. Set.
On 2nd down, it's Rice. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Your mind. Hey, exit. 57.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line. Easy. Kill. He's coming. Hey, Alpha. We got to double up.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go, fellas.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Defense, let's go. 7:34. Smooth.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Shit. White. 6:37. Hey, high 7.
Now Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Tyus Bowser showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
6:18. Hey, Delta. Express. 57 to Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Here's Carr to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
93. Express. Hey, orbit. 9.
From the gun, Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Badgley on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play that time for the Ravens. 42 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, tight end.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson going to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Team 6. Team 6.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Hey, Raider 2. 5. 5.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He's airing it out for. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hey, we're good, we're good. 185. Kill.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Carr now on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal.
Bravo!
Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Hooked up by Dane Cruikshank. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You got it! You got it!
It's now second and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Oh, here we go. Oh, go. Mike 20. I'm trying to collect. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20.
Here's Jackson throwing again. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
At the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You don't want none. Joker. Check. Slam. Shit. Watch the twist.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner, forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. J.J. Nelson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got you. Check 99.
From the gun, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Switch gears.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
25. Right on one. Hey, foxtrot. He's checking. Crash. Deuce.
On first down, Carr hauling it in Nelson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Watch the pass. Right Monday, down. Express. 93. 57 to Mike. Go. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
On first down, Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check nickel. Express. Check 9. You're mine.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Down. 180. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got room. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Throw left side, completion to Rice. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 52.
Now it's Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Mike's 59. Come on, the ball.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Operating from the gun. And caught by Henry. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check OP. Check 13. Alert 3, alert 3.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Check Mike 57, Mike 57. You ain't going nowhere. 57's the mic, Rock 57. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby.
Carr going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
First down, Raiders.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again, eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Raider 1. Kill. 734. Hey, exit. Check 25.
Throwing now is Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
57's the mic. Rock 57. 618. Check girls. Check small. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
93. Hey, 7.
Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Down. 180. That's what I do. Express. Motion. Shift.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And watch the leg. Mike's 50. Hey, Delta. Watch the slant. Mike's 50. 29. Watch the out.
From midfield, here's Carr. Caught by Nelson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, The night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. 694. Orbit. 950.
From the gun, it's Carr. It's complete to Williams. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Watch the slack. Trap. Switch it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That'll be caught by Rice. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
There we go, Mike 20. Watch the pass. Mike 20.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Now Jackson, he's going to let it fly. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Check three.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.